This is The Scoop for Wednesday.
I'm Sean Canan with the WMNF News headlines. A man scheduled to be put to death by Florida next month has decided against fighting his execution. A circuit judge issued an order that granted Mark Allen Geralds a request to waive what is typically a flurry of legal proceedings after death warrants are signed. The order came 3 days after Governor DeSantis signed the death warrant for Geralds. The judge said he found him competent to make the decision. Florida has already executed a record 15 inmates this year. The AIDS Healthcare Foundation has identified West Central Florida as one of the areas with the highest numbers of new HIV and AIDS cases each year. WMNF's Leah Burdick reports that group is expanding its testing and treatment locations.
The AIDS Healthcare Foundation provides HIV testing and treatments, usually without charge or covered by insurance. One of their doctors, Edward Braun, recommends that people get tested as soon as possible.
We just need to be able to educate the people in our community and help them to understand that this is still an ongoing problem and that there are things that we can do to help prevent it.
Braun says there are around 35,000 new cases of HIV and AIDS each year in the U.S.
Under the Affordable Care Act, medical treatment that is considered preventative in nature, it should be covered at 100% through your insurance plan.
If you test positive, treatment can include medication to become undetectable, which can take 1 to 6 months. If you are sexually active, Braun recommends prevention options like an injection every 6 months to become 99.9% protected. To find a treatment location near you, visit WMNF.org. For WMNF News, I'm Leah Burdick.
Concerns are rising now that development plans have been approved by the University of South Florida. The old Claw Golf Course will become a hotel, conference center, housing, and an academic building with some green spaces. Students and environmentalists are worried because it's located next to 600 acres of forest preserve. This forest acts as a buffer from light pollution, invasive species, domestic predators, and chemical runoff. The Board of Governors supports the project. Construction will take place if the new master plan regarding land use and conservation is approved next month. A new rule from the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration forbids many legally present immigrants from obtaining or renewing commercial driver's licenses. WMNF's Sophia Caballero reports leaders of the Sikh community in the U.S. say the rule unfairly targets immigrant truck drivers and is already causing real harm to immigrant communities nationwide.
The new rule makes anyone who is working under an asylum or work permit ineligible for a commercial driver's license. Amit Saini, a senior community advisor of United Sikhs Florida, says it will impact immigrant truck drivers, specifically Sikhs.
I think there will be quite a few challenges in the implementation because a lot of people who may have valid permits, they'll be rejected just for that. It becomes, again, discriminatory at that point.
Saini says that along with the personal consequences, the new rule will have impacts on the national economy.
First of all, trucking industry will be affected. Our cost of living is already going high. If you don't have enough supply, it's a supply demand. If you don't have enough supply, not only it's going to affect the bread and butter of those people who are working in it, and now their license will be taken away. They may have to find a new profession.
United Sikhs Florida is urging people to speak out against what they call the unfair treatment of the immigrant truck drivers to help give them a voice. For WMNF News, I'm Sophia Caballero.
Some small grocery stores and neighborhood convenience stores are eager for the U.S. government shutdown to end for their customers to start receiving federal food aid again. Late last month, the Trump administration froze funding for the SNAP benefits that about 42 million Americans use to buy groceries. The U.S. Department of Agriculture says about 74% of the assistance was spent last year at superstores like Walmart and supermarkets like Kroger, but around 14% went to smaller stores that are more accessible to SNAP beneficiaries. A former director of the United Nations World Food Program says SNAP is not only a social safety net for families, but also a local economic engine that supports neighborhood businesses. It'll be sunny today with highs in the low 70s, clear and cool tonight, overnight lows in the mid 40s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and warm with highs in the high 70s. I'm Sean Canan with the WMNF News headlines.
This is The Scoop, recorded at WMNF Tampa.